My God, I hate drugs.
Another arrest warrant issued against Senator Antonio Trillanes, this time for a libel case. A Davao court ordered his arrest in line with a complaint filed by presidential son and former Davao City Vice Mayor Paulo Duterte in September. Duterte and his brother-in-law, Man Scarpio, said Trillanes made, quote, false, baseless and unfounded claims when the senator accused them of extorting money from ride-hailing firms. The court set the bail at 24,000 pesos. In September, a Makati court also issued an arrest warrant against Trillanes for rebellion. The lawmaker is out on bail for that case. Returning to our top story, the anti-graft court acquits former Senator Bong Revilla of plunder over a multi-million peso pork barrel scam. Moments ago, the senator walked out of his detention center, the PNP Custodial Center in Camp Crame, after 4 years in detention there. Now, here are some reactions from Revilla's former colleagues at the Senate.
After 4 years and almost 6 months, finally, makakalabas na rin ako. At lumabas na yung katotohanan. Nagpapasalamat ako at merong hustisya pa rin sa ating bansa. At ako'y nagpapasalamat sa ating mga kababayan, mga patuloy na nagdadasal sa akin. Sa inyo pong lahat, maraming salamat. Mabuhay po kayo.
Senate President Tito Soto says he is happy for Revilla and sees the acquittal as a boost to his candidacy. Revilla is running for senator next year. Senator Kiko Pangilinan, meantime, baffled by the Sandigan Bayan decision. His statement, quote, paano naging guilty ang nanuhol pero not guilty ang sinuhulan, unquote. Senator Ping Lacson, on the other hand, says that as a former colleague and friend, he is happy for Revilla, but, quote, as a strong advocate against the pork barrel system, I feel weak and defeated, unquote. For Senator Dick Gordon, the lesson in Revilla's acquittal is that lawmakers should make sure they do things right.
The lesson is make sure you do it right. In other words, what the ban is intended for, make sure that it is clearly being used not by the senator but by the government. It also gave a bad name to pork barrel or to PDAF, no? But I think marami rin nasaktan dyan dahil siyempre yung mga tao pag walang malapitan at meron silang gustong mga kailangan madala sa kanilang probinsya na napapabayaan ng gobyerno, hindi na makakapasok ngayon at it's going to be only the national government who will now be able to make that decision. And you know, they're not exactly angels either.
Pia, only Mercado and her son, Vice Governor Jolo Revilla, will face the media later. Revilla, on the other hand, will have his own press conference on Monday after his speech at the flag-raising ceremony in Bacoor City. Pia?
Caroline Bonkin reporting live from Cavite. We're going to go back to her when there's a bit more action there. In the meantime, we're showing you live pictures from Camp Crame where Senator Bong Revilla just outside the PNP, what's called the PNP Custodial Center, where Senator Bong Revilla spent the last 4 years in detention. He is the last of the 3 senators to be walking out of there, well, already a free and an acquitted man. Senator Jinggoy Estrada had months ago, walked out of those gates, but he's just on bail. We were speaking to Senator Jinggoy Estrada, former Senator Jinggoy Estrada, just a while ago, and he was explaining that he is expecting a verdict on his case, hopefully early next year. And he says hopefully before the campaign begins in February. Senator Jinggoy, of course, running for the Senate, seeking a return to the Senate. So those are live pictures that you're seeing right now in Camp Crame. And there, Senator Bong Revilla walking out of the detention center, now a free man. Just this morning, the Sandigan Bayan acquitting him of plunder charges, although convicting a staff member of his, Richard Cambe, and Janet Limapoles, a businesswoman, allegedly the pork barrel scam queen. Let's listen in. Right, there's a little bit of a ruckus there going on as Senator Bong Revilla walking out of his detention center. Media trying to get to speak to him several hours after the anti-graft court acquitted him. Let's listen in.
That you are not with them.
After 4 years and almost 6 months, finally, makakalabas na rin ako. At lumabas na yung katotohanan. Nagpapasalamat ako at merong hustisya pa rin sa ating bansa. At ako'y nagpapasalamat sa ating mga kababayan, mga patuloy na nagdadasal sa akin. Sa inyo pong lahat, maraming salamat. Mabuhay po kayo. Huwag yung tulak.
A very brief message from former Senator Bong Revilla just hours after he is acquitted by the Sandiganba in the anti-graft court on plunder charges. His men pushing their way through a throng of media, practitioners, from cameramen, reporters trying to get as close to him as possible. A few words he gave just a while ago, thanking the court for this, saying that he's been away from his family for 3-4 Christmases. This will be his first Christmas home. And inside the vehicle, his wife, Lani Mercado, and some of his children. Those are live pictures from Camp Crame, where Bong Revilla spent the last 4 years. Well, from there, we are expecting that he will be returning to his home in Bacoor in Cavite. This is, well, the way the family and friends and supporters see this, a victory. Revilla himself says that truth prevailed today, that the truth came out today, just as the anti-graft court acquitted him of plunder charges. Next, senators say there is a lesson to be learned from the case of their former colleague, Bong Revilla. And a Davao court orders the arrest of Senator Antonio Trillanes on libel charges. This is Newsnight, where we go above and beyond the headlines. President Rodrigo Duterte asks Congress to extend martial law in Mindanao for another year. Presidential spokesperson Sal Panelo confirming this to CNN Philippines. Mr. Duterte's request follows the recommendation of the police, the military, and the Defense Department to extend martial rule in the South for a third time. Senate President Tito Soto says Mr. Duterte is eyeing to call on Congress to convene in a joint session on next Wednesday, to decide on his request. President Duterte placed Mindanao under martial law in response to a terrorist attack on Marawi City in May 2017. The siege lasted for 5 months.
It's easy to see how Clark, as a free port and economic zone, is developing on a macro level. The expansion of its airport and construction of well-planned cities will bring wide-scale changes to the country. These changes have made significant impact on the lives of business owners and ordinary citizens.
Our company here in the Philippines has about 22,000 employees out of, let's say, 50,000 worldwide. We are primarily a manufacturer, although we do a lot of design and development. But here in this location where you are, we manufacture primarily raw flooring products.
Frank Sauceda has been doing business in the country for almost 3 decades. His company has been a significant member of Clark's business community.
I see a kind of a small renaissance, happening in Clark right now. I think in the last 3 to 5 years, we've seen a lot of investment come here, whether it's airport or the infrastructure of the roads. I think Clark is providing a really good opportunity for people to consider this area to live and work. I think the education system, the fact that the country speaks English, has a really strong competitive advantage against, let's say, other countries in Southeast Asia, where maybe management is not able there to arrive yet to be able to communicate in an international way.
Ang produkto namin na tinatanim namin, kamuting bagi, luyan dilaw, kamuting kahoy. Yun, nagbubungkal kami ng mga lupa. Yun, ang taniman namin, doon kami nabubuhay.
Ordinary citizens also benefit from Clark's development. With more people coming in, businesses are generating more opportunities to farmers like Cason Garcia.
Sa bayan kami nagtitinda, kahit saan bayan. Umaabot kami ng Angeles City, Porac. Kumita rin. Kunti naman ng pagkita, pero hindi din pare-parehas. Meron din minsan matumal. Yung natanggap ko rin doon, pinamigay ko rin sa mga anak ko. Nag-ano rin kami sa pagtatanim yun. Pinambili namin ng binhi, mga luyak. Siyempre, kung wala kang binhi, bibili ka.
Garcia and his family hope that once the new Clark City is operating, it will give him and other farmers an avenue to sell their produce.
Kami lahat, gusto namin lahat. Nung ganun. Kisa doon sa mabulok na lang, hindi ibibenta mo.
Like Garcia, businessman Edwin Yalong hopes the new Clark City will bring in more jobs, especially to the towns in Tarlac.
Yung nakuha namin ng kompensasyon dito, naging kapital namin sa paggawa ng produkto namin ng peanut butter. Pangalawa, yung pag-aaral ng mga anak ko, yun ang nagamit namin. Yung iba naman, para sa pagtanda namin, nilagyan namin sa bangko.
As more businesses come in, Yalong looks forward to positive change for the community as well.
Sa ngayon, maliban sa kompensasyon na binigay sa amin, kung makakapagtrabaho kami dito for the future, pag naitayo ng mga establishmento rito, yun ang magiging benefits namin. Magkakaroon kami ng trabaho.
Right now, just the Clark main zone alone, which is the Freeport area, employs around 120,000 employees. So the initial beneficiaries of the employment that is generated in Clark is the surrounding communities. CDC being government and Clark being government has always been looked upon as the catalyst for development. Some of the major future anchors of Clark, of course, the airport, the development of the Clark International Airport, and then the new Clark City, and the development of the Clark Global City. So these are all, again, acts as catalysts and anchors of development for the region.
The developments within Clark Freeport and special economic zones have added significant value to Central Luzon. Developers hope the project will make a significant impact on the residents, making sure it will be substantial and sustainable.